Hey, how's it going? Welcome to this video. Today I have for you an Upwork tutorial, and this is going to be, without a doubt, the most in-depth tutorial about Upwork on the whole YouTube platform. Now, if you stay and watch until the end of this video, I'm going to teach you so much, but essentially I'm going to take you from a beginner to an expert in this one video, and I'm going to show you the exact strategies that I use to allow me to become a top 5% expert, top 5% freelancer on Upwork. And I'm also going to show you exactly how I get 3 to 5 inbound job invitations every single day. I'm going to show you how you can do that and how I've been able to achieve that in this video. Now, if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. And also, because I am so excited about this video today, I'm actually doing a giveaway. Now, not only have I used Upwork myself, but at this point I have trained hundreds, if not thousands of students to be able to earn an additional income using Upwork. And most of these success stories come from my Social Media Marketing Academy program that normally sells for $500, but I'm actually doing a giveaway of that exact course in this video. So if you're interested to enter, all you need to do is like this video, subscribe if you are new, turn on notifications, and I want you to comment down below the word Upwork and then a dash, and then follow up with the reason why you want access and why you think you should win the program. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. So as mentioned, this video is going so in depth today, and it's going to cover 3 key topics. The first thing we're going to go through is your profile and how you can build and optimize a killer profile. Number 2, we're going to go through your cover letter and how you can build an authority-driven cover letter that gets a high response rate. And then number 3, I'm going to run through applications, how you can find the best jobs and how to stand out in those applications so you get responses and can get clients. So individually, all 3 of these are incredibly important, but if you master all 3 together, you massively improve your chances of being able to run a full-time business with Upwork. So I highly recommend you stay until the end, remove all your distractions, get your notepad, get your pen out, because I promise you this video has the potential to make you so much money and transform your life. So give it 100% focus, remove your distractions, turn off your phone, pen, notepad, and let's jump into it. Okay, so number 1, we're going to speak about building a killer Upwork profile. Now, the first thing we need to discuss here, super obvious but so goddamn important, is having a professional photo. So think about it, the more professional your headshot, the better first impression you have on others. And honestly, in business, your first impression really does count. Now, I want to give you 2 scenarios here. Scenario number 1, it's you on a night out, maybe you've got a beer in your hand, you're drinking, you're looking away from the camera like this. Okay, that's scenario number 1. Scenario number 2, it's somebody with a nice, somewhat professional upper half, maybe a buttoned up shirt or a nice dress, something that looks half decent, and then a nice big smile looking directly into the camera. Which person would you hire? But if you didn't know anything else, based purely off of your first impression, well, obviously you're gonna hire that second person. And honestly, clients look at it the same way. If you're not looking into the camera, you're looking away, you look miserable, you don't look like you're taking it serious, like you said, with an alcoholic beverage, or maybe you're looking away, maybe you got your shirt off, whatever it may be, the person who looks more professional, more business-like, especially if they're looking into the camera and smiling, based off of first impressions, they're gonna have a better first impression, and that is everything. They've already got their foot in the door. So the second thing regarding professional photos is that the image needs to be a face-on headshot. You will be surprised at how important this is. So there have been scientific studies that have been done that proves simply just looking into the camera head on with a smile will massively increase your chances of getting responses and your first impression, not just on freelance websites, but in general. Now, there's 2 reasons behind this. Number 1, naturally, just smiling, it gives off positive energy. You know, if you've got everything else remains the same, there's 2 people, one person here, one person here. This person's smiling, this person's just flat face like that. Naturally, everybody's gonna be more drawn to the person that's smiling, giving off positive energy. And naturally as well, the brain's very powerful, the subconscious. When you look at somebody else smiling, naturally it makes you wanna smile. That's why often when you laugh at people who are laughing. You find people laughing funny. The same reason you're more likely to smile if you see somebody else smile. So that's so important. Also, on that note, make sure you're looking directly into the camera. Human beings are attracted to eyes. Just actually having somebody looking into the camera dead on and smiling is going to get a better response than somebody just looking out into the distance like that Again, science proves this. So super simple, but makes a huge difference. So next thing, I want you to take it seriously. Make sure the image is clear and good quality. Look, you don't need a super expensive DSLR camera. Any half decent, somewhat new mobile phone now has a great camera, but just make sure it's clean and professional. Don't take it in your bedroom with a bunch of clothes behind you all unfolded and messy. Just do it somewhere nice. It doesn't have to be in an office, but just have it somewhat decent quality and take it serious. It'll only take you a few minutes, but I promise you this first impression is everything. If you make a bad first impression, you could do everything else right, but it's not gonna matter as much, okay? So get this right and take it serious. Now I wanna ask you a question. Think about this. If you look miserable in your image with a bad quality photo, what kind of first impression do you think that'll have? But again, on the other, if you're smiling, good quality photo, you look happy, professional, what kind of first impression is that gonna give you? It's so important. Take it serious. Make sure you're smiling and looking into the camera. Get yourself a good quality headshot. So the next key component to a killer Upwork profile is your profile overview. This is essentially your bio where you write all about yourself and the services that you offer. But there's a key structure to this which will get you better responses and will position you in an authoritative way. And we're gonna run through that now. Okay, so what I have for you now is 9 key points to build a fantastic profile. Number 1, you want to describe your strengths and skills. Tell people what you're skillful at. Tell them what you're good at. You don't want a profile filled with things that like, I'm not very good at this, I haven't got much experience in this. Tell people what you're good at and what your strengths are, and where possible, share your experience. Number 2, highlight previous projects, education, previous work, and experience. Now look, if you don't have a bunch of previous experience, that is fine. But where possible, where you have anything that's at least somewhat related to the service that you're offering, write it down, highlight it, whether this be previous results, any type of work experience, if you helped out a family business. If at your old job you did a little bit of graphic design work here and there, and you're now going to offer graphic design services, mention it, speak about it. It's important to highlight all of these skills in your previous experience in as many areas as possible, because this is going to position you at a higher level and lead to more responses. The third thing here, you want to make sure, and this is so important, that you keep your overview error-free. Make sure everything is grammatically correct with no spelling mistakes. Attention to detail is so important. Think about it, if you've got a bunch of spelling mistakes, a bunch of grammatical errors on your profile, that is a really bad sign. Someone's coming on, I'm looking at hiring this person, it's between this person and this person, everything's perfect, no spelling mistakes. This person on their profile got a bunch of spelling mistakes, a bunch of errors with grammar. Who are you gonna hire? You're gonna hire the person who's got good grammar and good spelling. Just because if they're not putting that much attention to detail on their profile, that is their way to get clients for their business, and they're not even making sure that's correct, what are they gonna do for you? And that's what goes through a client's mind. So make sure you pay close attention to detail and make sure there's no errors like that on your page at all. The next thing, you wanna make sure you put as much information as possible in there without waffling. You want all the substance, but you don't want the waffling. So just to make it clear, if you've got a bunch of results, a bunch of different results, that's fine. Speak about all those results, because it's gonna make you look like you've got this big profile with all this experience. And again, that's gonna position you in a fantastic way. However, if you just keep going on and on and on, 7 paragraphs about one thing, it's no good. People are gonna get bored, they're gonna zone out. Big profiles often make people think lots of experience, but only if it is actually lots of different tips and lots of different pieces of information, not if it's you just going over the same thing over and over again. So avoid waffling within your profile. So number 5, fill your profile with social proof, reviews, or anything that's gonna help you build authority. Now I've spoken about putting your previous experience on there, that's great. But one thing that's even better than that is what's gonna cause social proof for you, which is reviews, testimonials. It's one thing for you to shout from the rooftops, I'm great at Facebook ads, I'm fantastic at social media management. But it's another thing for one of your previous customers to say, look, Brad is an amazing Facebook advertiser. He got me these results. John is an amazing graphic designer. Joanne is fantastic at video editing. Those testimonials, those reviews, if you have any, pop them in your profile. They're going to be incredibly important. You see all of the best businesses in the world do it. You go on their homepage, they've either got a whole page dedicated to reviews, to testimonials, or smack bang on their front page, testimonials, customer reviews, because they're so powerful in converting people into new customers. And that's all your Upwork profile is going to do. It's going to convert new people into customers for you. So leverage it the same way, okay? Fill it with social proof and reviews where possible. So at number 6 now, you want to name the industries and different niches that you've worked in if you have experience. Again, this is another social proof positioning technique. Don't just say, I've got experience in Facebook ads, if you're able to say, I've got a bunch of experience in Facebook ads, I've worked in the real estate industry, the e-commerce industry, info product space, I've helped restaurants, I've helped gyms, nightclubs. Now all of a sudden, let's say a client comes to you and it's a nightclub, and on your profile you say, I've worked with nightclubs. Again, that's gonna help you more likely get a response than somebody else. This is only gonna work if you have previous experience, but don't be afraid to name drop as many industries that you've worked in, because it will position you in a better light, and it will also lead to that a little bit of rapport, and it may help you stand out to somebody who on their profile doesn't say they've got experience. Even if they have, your profile says you have, and because of that, you're gonna get a better response, so it's so important. So number 7, if you have a niche, mention it on your profile. Now again, this isn't for everybody, but a lot of people have what they call a niche, right? So maybe you're on Facebook ads only for e-commerce businesses. Maybe you build funnels only for coaches. Whatever it may be, if you have a niche, state it in your profile, because again, similar to what I mentioned before, you're gonna put a lot of people off. However, the right type of client that you're looking for will be more drawn to you than the person who's a bit more generic. So if you do have a niche, mention it on your profile. Again, that's incredibly important. So again, similar to what we touched on before, but testimonials and reviews, pop them everywhere. If you don't have them yet, request them. Speak to your clients. Hey, can I get a testimonial? Can I get a review, just a written paragraph? Now, videos are great. Upwork allows for you to have a video on your profile. If you can make that video a customer testimonial of them basically for 60 seconds saying how great you are in your services, that can help. But if not, request from your clients a little paragraph testimonial about their experience working with you, and that's gonna help so much. It's really gonna help position you above the rest of the competition. And the final piece of advice here for your profile overview is to offer some kind of free consultation as a way to get them on the call, because look, in business, and Upwork's the exact same, it's just a lead generation source. If you can get your prospect on a phone call, you're gonna have way more chance of closing a deal, okay? If you offer a free consultation on your profile, it positions it to say, look, free of charge, I'm gonna consult you, I'm gonna audit your accounts, I'm gonna see how I can help. But really what that is, it's you getting them on a call, you are offering that free consult, but at the same time, it's acting as a discovery call for you to be able to pitch your services. So by positioning it as a free consultation, they're like, oh damn it, Brad's offering me a free consultation, I'm gonna snap that up and I'm gonna get on a call with him and see how he can help. And again, if you get on that phone call, let's say there's you and 10 other freelancers, but you're the one that's had the phone call with the client, you've got way more chance of actually closing the deal. So have a call to action on your profile, offer some kind of free consultation or free phone call, free audit, whatever it may be, to get that customer through the door, which will help you then build more rapport over your competition. So now on your profile, all that's left is the other stuff: education, employment, portfolios. My advice for that is simple: bulk it out, put as much as you can in there. Like I said before, the more you have, essentially the more authority it can give you. So avoid rambling, but just fill all of those areas out. Your other experiences area, education, employment, although you may not think it matters too much, it helps bulk out your profile, so fill that out to the best of your ability. And if you do all of those things, you'll have a pretty killer Upwork profile. Okay, now heading into section 2, we're gonna talk about the cover letter. A cover letter can sometimes be known as a proposal on Upwork. Essentially, it is the message that you submit to jobs to hopefully get a response and land them as clients, okay? It's the initial message that you send to hopefully try and stand out. Now, there are 6 key aspects to a fantastic cover letter, and I'm gonna run through them now. If you get these right, if you nail this, your cover letter will be above and beyond 90% of other people's on the platform, so pay close attention. So the first thing all great cover letters should have is an intro line. Most freelancers just say hello, hey, hi, as their first line. But when you're a prospect, when you've actually posted a job as a client, as a business on Upwork, they can only see a few things. They see your name, your hourly rate, your profile photo, and they see the first line of your cover letter. So if you can say something in that first line to help you stand out, that is going to make a huge difference. It could be in capital letters, you can use ellipsis, you can use exclamation marks, do whatever you need, get creative, but have some kind of intro line to help you stand out. Get experimental, get creative, and that'll make a big difference. The second thing, personalization. So often at times, if you scroll down to the bottom of job descriptions, people will leave their name there. You can see the name of their business in the job description. If you go down to old previous reviews, sometimes you can see the name of the client that is hiring. So where possible, be personal. After you've had your intro line, then you say hi. If you can say hi John or hi Joanna because you know their name, boom, you're already standing out massively compared to other people. You're showing an attention to detail, you're showing initiative, and let's say 30 people have applied and only 3 people have done that, you're now between 3, of who they're gonna choose out of 30, right? So really important, personalize where possible, and you can even send send things like Loom videos, whatever it may be, but where you can stand out and be personal on these cover letters, it's definitely going to help with your response rates. So the third thing you want as part of that cover letter, you want to say why you're applying. You know, I noticed you were looking for help with social media marketing and I had to reach out. And this is why. Because I have XYZ experience. Because I've done this for clients. I help businesses just like yours achieve these results. This is why I've reached out to you. Tell them why. It will help you stand out. And again, you basically, they're in demand and you're in supply. So your supply needs to meet that demand, if that makes sense. You need to speak what they're speaking. This is exactly the reason why I reached out to you and specifically to your job. So if you have just like a simple paragraph on that, it's that first paragraph under your intro line, under your hello and your personalization to the name, if you can do it, boom. Then a why you've applied paragraph will work really well. So now the fourth section, going into the next paragraphs, this is where you want to add your social proof and authority. If you have previous results, if you have testimonials, reviews, if you've worked in a bunch of different industries, this is where you show it. Here's a testimonial from a client. We helped a client just like you achieve these results. We've worked in these spaces. I've got this much experience. This is where you essentially big yourself up, but where possible, you want to use the authority and the social proof from like actual proof, right? You don't want to just say, I'm great. You almost want to say, here's proof that we're great. Here are the results that we've achieved. That's going to help you stand out a ton as well. Now, the fifth part and almost the final part of a fantastic cover letter is actually asking questions. So after that paragraph, I like to go in and ask a couple questions. Now, the reason for this is because you're basically trying to get them to respond to you. And if they respond to you, it allows you to open up a messenger chat within Upwork. If 30 people have applied and 3 people have actually got a response and have opened up chat, it's now between you and 2 other people. You're in the top 10% already just because you've got a response. And sometimes it can be as simple as just asking for that response. Hey, can you tell me a little bit more about your business? What you're willing to spend on ads? Whatever it may be, ask them a question. It will get them to respond. Then you open up conversation. It's a lot easier to get your foot in the door and get them on a phone call. So ask some questions towards the bottom of that cover letter. Now at number 6 here, this is where you want to end out your cover letter. And a little secret tip for you is to add a PS section. Now there are some crazy statistics. I think it's like 87% of people read the PS before they read the actual letter on like any kind of emails or messages, right? So bear that in mind. The PS gets so much attention. So if you have a little PS section that says, and you ask them a question, or you have some of your authority results, if you have a testimonial, that's probably gonna get read. So add a PS section. It's a great way to grab some attention and add some kind of call to action in there to get a response. Then just a final note on this, be sure when you're writing your cover letter, space it out nicely. Don't have like a 30-line just block piece of text, not very easy to read. Nice, spaced out every couple lines, easy to glide down, easy to read, and it's easy for clients to see specific things like your results, your testimonials, how you can help, your skills, and they can flow through it nicely. You're gonna get a way better response rate if you do that. Right then, so this takes us into part 3 and the final part of this video, where I wanna speak to you about applications and actually applying to jobs and what you can do during this phase to find clients who are a good fit and get the best response rate. So when you're doing applications on Upwork, it's very simple. You go to the search bar, you search what you're looking for. So if you're looking for a Facebook advertising job, you would search Facebook ads. Or if you're looking to get graphic design clients, you would search graphic design. And you'd scroll through, you find the jobs that are a good fit, you click them, you submit your proposal, which is your cover letter, and you apply to the job. Then they see your profile, they see your cover letter, they think this person may be a good fit. Then you open up a conversation, and then you can potentially close them as a client once you see if you can actually help them and if the price is right. That's as simple as it is. Now, saying that, there are 2 main approaches here that you can take. You can take a quality outreach approach or a quantity approach. Now, honestly, both of these approaches work. It comes down to personal preference and what you're more likely to commit to. I personally like the quality approach, but look, you can do either. So the quality approach is this. You may do 5 applications in an hour, maybe 10, but you focus on the quality of that application. Whereas with quantity, you may smash out 30 to 50 applications in an hour, but all you're doing is focused on that quantity. You're copy and pasting, submitting profile, finding a job, copy, paste your cover letter, submit, copy, paste, submit. They both work and they both are fantastic, but it comes down to personal preference and what you're going to commit to. So ultimately here, you have to think, what do you want to do? With the quality approach, you will apply to less jobs. However, you're going to make sure to intro by their name or by their business. Maybe even send them a video, maybe send them an audit, and do whatever you can to stand out and personalize it. Whereas with the quantity, it's all about speed and doing as many as you can. They both work. What I will say is this, you're going to get a higher response percentage from doing quality. However, you probably probably going to get a lower percentage response, but because you're doing so much more with quantity, you're probably going to end up with a somewhat similar amount of meetings and clients anyway. So it comes down to what you're more likely to commit to. But first, you need to choose what you're going to decide to do. Now, the next key tip I have for you when it comes to applications is to switch up your keywords. Now, often, let's say you offer graphic design services. What I see people do is they search graphic design and then that's it. Whereas the truth is, there's so many subcategories underneath graphic design. So you could search logo, you could search Canva, you could search Photoshop, you could search design, content creation. These are still going to bring up a bunch of jobs that are related to the service you offer, and these are all likely going to be different jobs that come up when you just search the keyword graphic design. You know, if you offer social media marketing, don't just search that term, search Instagram, search Facebook, search LinkedIn, search Facebook ads, search social media management. You're going to get a bunch of different jobs, and often when you search these different terms, because everybody else is just searching the broader keyword, you're going to find jobs that have got less applicants, and you're therefore more likely to get a response and stand out because of it. So be sure to not sleep on that and think, oh, there's actually not that many jobs here today. There is. Switch up the keyword. There's always more jobs to find. So the next tip I have for you as well is, especially if you're doing the quality approach, refine your search. In the search bar in the top corner, there's a little refine button, and you can refine that by businesses that have spent the most money, the most relevant, the newly added. It can be pretty much anything, but if you're looking to go with that quality approach and find your perfect client, be sure to use that refine section. And the final piece of advice I have for you here is avoid clients with bad reviews. If they have no reviews, that's fine. They may have just never used the platform before. But if they've got 1, 2, 3-star reviews all over their profile and you want to apply to the job, I would probably be very, very cautious in doing so. They may be a nightmare to work with. They may be a horrible client. And trust me, from my experience and doing this for years now, it's not worth the money, the hassle, and also the potential of getting a bad review on your profile just because the client is unreasonable to make a bit of money. It's not worth it. Avoid clients with bad reviews at all costs. The lowest I would apply for is a person that's got 4-star reviews. Ideally, you want to look for 5, but again, if they don't have any, they may just be new, and that's fine. You take the risk, but most people are good human beings and you should be okay. So there we have it. I hope you found a bunch of value in this training today. If you did, please drop a like. And don't forget, if you do want to enter the giveaway to win my Academy program that has helped hundreds of people to be able to quit their job, start their online business, make an additional income, don't forget, all you need to do is drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment down below the word Upwork followed by the reason you want to win the program. This is honestly, it's so in depth. It goes through everything on how to acquire customers using Upwork, different freelance websites, other outreach approaches. I'm going to show you how to sell clients. I'm going to show you how to price, how to get results, how to stand out, how to build authority. Everything's in there. Normally sells for $500. It's generated fantastic results for the customer, and all you have to do to potentially get access to that and transform your life is follow those steps as just mentioned. Finally, if you do have any questions for me, be sure to comment down below. And if you did enjoy this video, I highly recommend at the end screen, you click one of the other videos, continue on the playlist, and keep investing time into your education. And on a final note, if you are interested in having me personally mentor you every single day, hold your hand personally and help you grow your business, I'd like to invite you to check out my online mastermind down below. It's so ridiculously cheap. You can cancel anytime, and I will literally be your mentor for a ridiculously low price. I recommend check that out. The link is in the description. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.